man, good morning, Travis.
Good morning, Bill. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm just we're things are good.
I'm pretty excited about today, actually.
I'm a little antsy, fun, excited right now. I will be honest with you because we got some major talent on today.
So you may
Spared
know this
no expense
because as a ginger, you're like 2% of the population. So it's very rare to meet another ginger, right? That's kind of how it happens. Well, in the world of names,
we're like unicorns.
I am named like. Until Texas, I never met another Travis ever in my life, let alone occupied the same space and enjoyed each other's company.
Yeah.
It was a very bizarre thing. And then this date night thing happens, and we meet this guy named Travis Crim, and I'm realizing not only does he share my name, he had me at hello. It was amazing. I'm like,
shut up. You had me at hello.
I want to hang out with this guy.
Oh, he's so much fun, isn't he?
He is absolutely fun. So this one's all about herding cats today. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yes.
But Bill, why don't you introduce
ladies
us to
and gentlemen,
Travis Crim?
you're not going to be disappointed.
Well, you might be, but anyways.
In us. Well, you'll be disappointed in us, but you may not be disappointed in our guest today. We have an amazing guest who has been supportive of Known Legacy. He's actually been at both of our date nights and is incredibly funny. Give it up for author, speaker, and actor Travis Crim. Ladies and gentlemen, good job. Yay!
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
How are you doing, brother? It's good to see you.
Good to be seen and good to be here. You two look like you've lost a couple pounds and taken showers and since I saw you last.
The shower thing's debatable, but the weight, I am down 9 pounds. So
that's awesome,
I'm pretty excited. Thank you.
I think after the breakfast sandwich I had, I'm up about 4.5.
I feel like we just stepped into the View territory. Like now we should talk,
I know.
like hair product as well as the latest fashions. So.
Exactly.
What are you wearing?
So Travis, tell the viewers and listeners a little bit about yourself, man. Because not only are you Studley, and everybody, it's funny. Okay, so quick story. We had somebody that was coming to the date night, and I was like, hey, are you coming? He said, well, even if I don't come, my wife's going to come because she saw what you looked like. So just side note, so they both came, but I didn't want to tell you that night, but someone definitely said, if that Travis guy's going to be there.
Are you sure they weren't talking about me? I'm just saying, are you sure they weren't talking about me?
They were talking about Hartman. That's exactly.
I guarantee no one has rolled in going, man, he's a good looker. I can't wait for him to get on stage. More like they're like, I hope he doesn't have a heart attack this time. like he gets pretty passionate. I pray to God he doesn't. Where's the defibrillator? We need to find the defibrillator. Let's just in case.
Oh, it's so funny. So funny.
It's good stuff.
Oh, man. Well, dude, so take some time and share a little bit about yourself, what you do. And just to let you know, fun fact, 2 days ago, I found out something really amazing about Travis. He is a not only accomplished actor and a comedian and just super funny, but he's also an author.
Really?
Yes, he is.
Oh,
share a little bit about your book really quick.
You know what I am? Can I tell you what I am?
What are you?
I'm an onion. I'm an onion.
And more like a parfait, thank you very much.
I'm a parfait. Yeah. Parfaits are the best thing on the planet.
Everybody like a parfait. I'm an onion. There are many layers to me. And one of those layers is apparently children's author. And many books, many leather-bound books. I wrote a fun little kids book, children's book, and self-published on Amazon. Nothing big, but super fun. I've always liked to draw, so I illustrated it as well. And it's a hoot, man, about this little character called Chris Cricket, and it's a blast. And so there's it's kind of got my sensibility in terms of humor, but it also has got a good little message. And so
it does.
Here's Chris Cricket coming at a theater near you, or a bookstore rather. If those don't exist anymore, actually, it's coming to Amazon. Go to Amazon.
Those don't exist.
Welcome to the 21st century. We're happy you joined us here.
Welcome to the 21st century, blowing up brick and mortars each day,
every day.
No, it was a good book, and it was funny because as I was reading it, my friend who owned the book, all of his kids stopped what they were doing to listen to the story of Chris Cricket. and then there's a little voice bubbles in there, and all I could picture was your voice every time in the proper pose, saying the right things. I'm like, oh, this is hilarious. So I'm gonna go buy one. You can find it on Amazon, can't you? And what's the name of the book? Like if they look it up, Chris Cricket.
Yes, it's Chris Cricket, and if you put in Chris Cricket, it'll pop up, and it's. So you can do a little paperback, or you can do it on Kindle, the whole thing, and it's fun. You guys will enjoy it.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. So in the midst of writing books and all that kind of stuff, you're also an actor. You travel, but share a little bit about your family and all the kind of details that you'd like to share.
Yeah,
share all your measurements, arm, chest, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
No.
I'm 33, 34, 35, 70, whatever. I'm married, I have 3 kids, and my wife Delane she's incredible, man, my best friend, and beautiful brunette. And she, it's funny, she and I met in the 7th grade on the school bus. Can't say, hey, like I was the first.
What kind of country song are you living?
No, seriously.
That's like straight out of a country song by George Strait.
No, for real. Like I was on the school bus. It is hilarious because we're talking. This was like late '80s, and so I was on the bus, and I had seen her the day before, and I mean, I'm like, wow, what am I, 12, 13, and probably 13, 14, and she came up to me on day 2 on the bus and was like, hey, I'm Delane. She introduced herself because she's a little Miss Thing, a little Miss Socialite. And, just completely forward is all get out. Introducing herself, slipping me her card. And I was like, yeah, I saw you on the bus yesterday. And she said, no, you didn't. I said, yeah, I did. She said, no, you didn't. I said, yes, I did. And so we started having this back and forth. And then I started describing what she wore. And I was like, yo, girl, bandana belt, banana clip, jelly shoes, Swatch watch. Don't get me started. Like I will break this down to a T. And so, much like you, Travis, if I had you at hello, I had her at Swatch watch.
Yes.
Was that your Dreamweaver moment? Because Sarah, we had a Dreamweaver moment where it was like, oh,
Time stands still.
Dreamweaver. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome,
so
dude.
we have 3 kids, and we're from Alabama, but we lived for the last 20 years in Los Angeles, and so we moved out there for the entertainment industry, acting, writing, producing, and did a lot of ministry as well. Started some small in-home Bible studies that were really, really awesome, and so as of about 2 months ago, we moved back to Alabama, to Birmingham, Alabama, and so we're kind of setting up shop here now. So
that's awesome.
Every time I hear the word Birmingham, I just think of Forrest Gump. Birmingham, Alabama.
Is that where he's from?
Yeah.
I thought it was Greenbow.
Well, maybe it is Greenbow, Alabama. Oh, I have the quote all wrong. Thanks, Bill, for
Greenbow.
calling me out.
Greenbow.
Greenbow, Alabama.
Birmingham. Now they think Peaky Blinders, like Birmingham.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic show, by the way.
You just caught Travis's
Shelby.
heartstring.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You had me at Peaky Blinders.
So okay, so you're married, and you said how many kids you said you have?
So I have 3 kids, and guys, this is the big news for me. So our oldest daughter, who's 25, just got married Saturday, this past Saturday.
Congratulations!
Yeah.
Congratulations!
And so I'm super jazzed, and the guy, his name is Jensen, and Dylan, his name is Dylan, the guy, and he's a fantastic person, and we love him to death. And I told somebody the last. Well, I think I said it at Noah Legacy at the date night. I said, guys, I just took one small step towards financial freedom. Like one.
You are Dave Ramsey in flesh.
Little bitty step.
I just baby stepped my way towards financial freedom.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So how do those conversations go with her about like the budget for the wedding? Were you like, we have no money, so
no? I was like, listen, I've taken out 3 mortgages for this thing, and like we're gonna be paying this off until we're 90. You better enjoy it, and this is one and done. You better make this thing last.
One and done. And I know that
last.
God's word's all about one flesh, but at this point, it's the financial side that we're really going to focus on.
Right. 1 flesh, 3 mortgages. No, I told her, I said, if like this is you got to make this thing last because this is the only one we're paying for. So they're
That's
great. They're awesome.
funny. And you said you've got another daughter and a son.
Yeah, so we have a middle daughter. She's 21, and she just graduated college. And then we have a 13-year-old son who is, hey guys, he's in the throes of middle school. He's in seventh grade. Zits are everywhere.
Oh,
you know,
stink.
he's growing into his, I mean, parts of his body are still growing, and some.
Oh man.
I mean, it's just it's like an amoeba. It's like a weird Gumby-like thing that's happening.
Oh yeah.
In our house. Yeah.
It is. The smells.
I got one of those seventh grade boys too at my house. So
it's weird where those
so
smells
you know
come
the
from.
deal.
Oh,
you know what's
yeah.
happening.
Oh, I do.
You know, so I love it because full family, busy. I know that you also do the schoolie bus thing, which is kind of cool. Where you you've remodeled what two school buses now to make them like home things or whatever.
Yeah, so we got 3 retired school buses, and you know we gutted them, and the idea is to turn them into kind of RVs, and 2 of them are going to be businesses. We're going to do some like event stuff out of them. One of them we're going to use for just fun travel RV vacation stuff. But yeah, man, it's been it's something we did as a family over quarantine, you know, and it was a whole lot of work. But it's been super fun.
I'm going to take an absolute stab in the dark here.
Yeah.
Any chance you're ADHD?
Slightly.
Okay,
and I'm
that's
off
what I was
my
thinking.
meds. Don't judge me.
No, I'm just saying the dude never rests.
It's
that's
just good to know
the
that
heart of an ADHD
there's someone
guy,
else
man.
in my club. That's all. It makes me happy.
Yeah, absolutely,
you know what?
man.
That's as much my wife as anything. She is constantly like wanting to do adventures and projects, and so many of those I just jump on her coattails and try to hang on.
Wise man. Know the dreams of your wife and do what you can to connect with them and help her achieve them. That is wisdom that we preach at Known Legacy all the time. So well done, man. Way to live the life.
So you know, years ago when I first met Travis, man, I remember you did this one skit. You were up on a ladder and you used a U2 song, and at that point I was like, this guy is incredible. He's a connector. Man, you really knew how to draw in people, and I was like, this guy is going places, and he did, and he consistently has gone places and consistently makes an impact. And that's why I wanted to have him on today, because I see the impact he makes in the world, but I also know that the question I have for you, because it's on the hearts of some of our guys and some of our listeners, is just this idea of, man, how do you balance pursuing dreams and all the obligations of life and all the responsibilities without saying, all right, honey, I'm going to go join a biker club for Jesus, and then but I'm not going to fix the plumbing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's trying to figure out those balance. And I'm asking that because I feel like you've done a good job in that, at least from what I've seen. And so that's what my question is, like, man, how do you do it? How do you manage to stay balanced in the midst of travel and life and redoing buses and writing books and making people laugh and keeping those amazingly studly arms? I don't know. I need to know. What's your secret?
Yeah, well, I mean, the arms are like hard roids, just hard.
You're a juicer.
Just needle that thing up.
Yeah, I'm a chronic juicer. No, guys, I don't know, man. I honestly, I don't feel like I do it well all the time. And, you know, like everybody else out there, you know, there are windows of struggle where I feel like I'm blowing it and not doing a good job as a dad, much less a husband. And so I'm no special example. However, what I told a friend of mine recently, I was like, you know what? I can tell that it's easier to balance, and I do better at balancing to the degree that I'm plugged into the vine. You know, so just John 15 all the way, you know, like, I'm the vine, you're the branches. And so, you know, we all hear about and know the connecting points to the vine. You know, there's the ABC 1, 2, 3, there's prayer, serving, being a part of the local church, you know, and staying plugged into the word, you know, just quiet times, devotions, like all those connecting points. And I feel like when I'm doing those things, when I'm serving people, I'm staying plugged into church and making myself be consistent. Which is hard for me, especially with travel, because on a Sunday I'm usually speaking myself somewhere or working, and so it's real easy when I get home to be like, let's just chill today. But and then in praying and reading the Word, it feels like those things are easier. It feels like the balance comes easier.
Yeah.
So I would say, the short answer is, for me, to the degree that I feel like I'm rooted in the vine and staying consistently connected to the vine and to Christ, then it seems like that's more manageable for sure.
Yeah. No, that's good. Yeah, it is. It can get so difficult. So I think you're right, because it's the small success of getting in the Word and taking time to stop and remember why you do it.
Right.
And
and I think what's interesting is we in North American church love the mountaintop experiences, and you're a guy that churches will bring in to help create those mountaintop experiences for other guys' faith and for couples' faith and for youth faith, where they have this defining moment that they look back and say, man, that was a time that I felt God move, or I felt God intimately. And what I hear you saying is those times come through you because when no one's around and when no one's looking and when the time is open, you're actually investing in tilling the soil, making sure that you're connected to the vine, and spending time at the feet of the Savior who loves you, who cares for you, and has chosen to use you in such a powerful way in other people's lives. And I think that's really hard, because sometimes we put guys up on pedestals, pastors or guest speakers or whatever, and we forget that sometimes the airplanes lose their luggage too, and they got to wrestle with that. And sometimes, the AC is out, and sometimes the bus that you just bought to renovate is not working. And it's making sure that regardless of our lot on Sunday mornings, or regardless of our role within a congregation, each one of us as men have an obligation for the sake of our family and our kids to stay connected in the small things, the little things. And I guess that would be the takeaway for me is like, invest an ounce every day, and you'll get a gallon real quick. If you're waiting for the gallon, it may be months away.
Yeah. No, it makes me think about, okay, so, hey, I'm in the middle of pursuing this, and then I know you've probably felt this, but like all of a sudden you realize, wait, I'm completely disconnected from my family. What do you do at that moment? Like, what would you say to guys who are like, hey, I want to pursue this, or hey, I'm in the middle of doing this, but then there's those tensions where like either you start arguing because you haven't been around and you try to justify, well, I'm doing this for my family, I'm doing this for Jesus. What's your response to that? Or what would you say to guys who are like, hey, I want to do this, but I'm not in a good spot? What's maybe some helpful tools to get them to move forward?
Well, I know for me, I first of all, and it sounds like, not to sound like militaristic, but for us, I gotta fight for that time. I gotta fight for those moments, because our family's like everybody else. We got kids doing rehearsals and classes and practices, and there's busy this and busy that, and so we have to. I say we. I know as the dad, as husband, as leader, the spiritual leader of our home. Man, I have to fight for time where we slow down, where we sit down and actually have a meal together at the dining room table.
Yeah.
It's because it's so easy just to get around the island in the kitchen, and it's like smash grab, but to like sit down at the table, clear that thing off, and everybody put your phone away. Let's look into some eyeballs. Let's listen. Let's have some actual, real conversations.
Yeah.
And not just housekeeping stuff. I fight for that time, and sometimes the fighting for that time leads to arguments in and of themselves.
Yeah.
And so. And then, so it's for me, it's fighting for that time, like really carving it out, making that time, trying to make it a scheduled thing where, all right, this is a moment for our family, where we slow down. There's no technology. We're literally engaging together. And then the other thing is it's just being cognizant of I guess what I would say, creating a just an atmosphere of prayer, just a constant atmosphere of prayer, in the sense of like, because again, like the other families, like we can go round and round and round on issues that, something comes up in somebody's life, and we gossip about it, we debate about it, we fight about it, we disagree about it, or we try to support each other about it. But just making everything stop and say, hey, we can keep talking about this, and it's probably good to keep communicating, of course, but we need to pray.
Yeah.
Like, we need to pray.
Yeah.
We need, as a family, we need to pray. We need to take this to the throne, and we need to pray about God's wisdom, because, His ways are higher than our ways. Why would we try to continue to muddle through this from an earthbound human intellectual standpoint, when, man, we've got the creator of the universe at our beck and call, who wants to impart wisdom. James says, if any man lacks wisdom, let him ask for it. It gives generously without finding fault. And so, I think those two things I would say. I'd say fighting, for our family at least, me leading the charge of fighting for unadulterated time, where we slow down and engage as a family. And then number two is creating an atmosphere of prayer, where we're never too busy, we're never too rushed to just stop and pray.
I love that.
So.
And I think that is one of the things that is so essential, that we can pray about things, but when we pray together about things, that's a legacy you start to push into the hearts of your kids, and they will bring into their marriages, like you just had, and hopefully their kids one day, where we are a family that prays now. Like, we don't pray about it later. We don't put it on the to-do list for later. Yeah. We stop in the moment and we pray now, because we know God is here with us. That's fantastic.
And I also love the big theme was there's no passivity. Like, you spoke into that and said, I'm going to take lead. And I do the value of a father taking lead in his in his family is probably one of the most important things that can happen. So great words. I think that's exactly what we need to hear is, man, guys, you have what it takes.
Right.
And for you to pursue your dreams, for you to pursue the passions on your heart, you've got to get this stuff right. Because, we've said it before that, man, if a guy, doesn't take his family on the adventure that he's on, then it's simply just a getaway.
Right.
And so it's for us to stop and go, man, where are we? Where am I at with my spouse? Where am I at with my kids? Do they know where I'm walking towards? And are they in lockstep with me? Now, I know there's the generation things of older kids, younger kids, but I'm talking about are your kids that are under your roof right now in lockstep? Is your wife understanding and for you in what you're doing? Because nothing can stop that. And again, that is what I see in you, Travis, is that when you go do this stuff, that I know that your wife is for you. And I know that it's not easy, because it's all those times when you travel. It's amazing how the enemy likes to use those moments of little things that you forgot to do, or the check that you forgot to put in the bank, or the laundry that you forgot to put into the dryer, or whatever it is.
Or things always break at the house when we're gone.
Exactly.
It's the craziest
thing. Those things. And so the enemy came to steal, kill, and destroy, like we talk about all the time. But I love that you're speaking life into who these families can become, and especially your own.
So I do have a question. One of the things, I think we all as dads know that dinner time is important, but we struggle with it because it's hard to stir conversation. We're not naturally conversation. Now, the three of us probably are, but we may be the outliers in this situation. One of the things that a tool that was taught to me a while ago that has proven fruitful is that when you get together around the dinner table to invite everyone to share a high and a low from the last day, the last week. And what I found is that takes off the table the yes/no answers that teenagers love to give. And what I didn't realize is, the first few months of this were tedious, and the kids were like roll their eyes and well, now with 3 in high school, 1 in college, or 2 in high school, 1 in college, you like the kids now when we sit around the table, they will start it. They're like, okay, I'm going to share my high and low first. And so it has created a culture where we're learning how to talk about the celebration moments of life and the hard things of life. And so the question that I have for you is, do you have any tools that you could share with us and share with the listeners that would encourage them that they could pull out to really start doing this and remove some of the fear that maybe guys have of like, how do I talk to my 10-year-old daughter about something besides My Little Ponies, if that's even a thing anymore?
Right. Yeah. Well, I'll say one thing. When you started to mention that, the highs and lows, because we do something similar sometimes. I mean, like you said, most of the time, nobody shuts up, and it's kind of like people are trying to fight to get a word in edgewise. But one of the things I realized early on for me is, and this is probably the biggest kind of learn the hard way tip that I would say is, even when that's happening, when those conversations are going, as a dad, and even as a mom, as a parent, avoid the temptation to try to fix things.
Oh,
because when
it's so hard.
Yeah, I know. When so give me your high, give me your low. Well, when you hear the low, of course, the first instinct is going to be, okay, give me the name of that kid so I can destroy him. Kid who bullied you,
Yes.
All I need is a name. All I need is a name. And then, or okay, well, especially as men, we're fixers. We want to fix.
Yeah.
And so, but I noticed that whenever I would go into fix-it mode in the middle of those conversations that are trying to become meaningful, the kid would instantly get frustrated. And I realized that what they want here is they want to be heard, and they want me to listen.
Yeah.
So they're looking for a sounding board and just a safe place to vent, as much as they are any kind of fatherly advice or wisdom. And so we almost have kind of an unwritten rule that we're at the table, that window of time is not to. Nobody's bringing their tool belt to fix problems. It's just, this is like an open, safe place to share, to vent, to talk, to dream, to just breathe together. And so we'll get to the fixing stuff later as it needs to be gotten to. But so yeah, I would throw that as an encouragement.
That's good. Yeah.
Brilliant, Travis. From one Travis to another. Well done, sir. Well done.
But it's smart because you're just letting them be honest and authentic, and I think that's exactly what kids need right now.
Yes.
But they need to see it in the form of a strong leader like a father who's going to go, "Hey, I'm just listening right now." And I think it gives example for their son, for all of our sons to go, that's the kind of husband and father I want to be. But then also for the daughters to go, that's the kind of husband that I want in the future, because it just gives an example that we're not even thinking about as we're going, no, I'm just here to listen.
Right.
And it's like, my boyfriend never listens to me. I don't know why I'm from the South, but I mean,
yeah.
but anyways.
Well, and what's interesting is because I think, we hear this a lot about guys, about men. It's like, what a boy wants to hear from his dad is, you've got what it takes to be successful.
Yeah.
I mean, Eldridge parroted that, in his book back in the day, and
yep.
We've heard it ever since. And so I think part of the deep need for sons, for sure, is that. And the reason why we shouldn't necessarily jump to fix every problem is because there's something inside our sons that they want to know that they can fix it. They want to know that they can problem solve and have the courage to do what needs to be done and work their way out of a problem or through a problem. And so I think part of the temptation to being careful not to try to fix everything is because we're giving space for our kids to grow up and to lead and to become problem solvers themselves.
Yeah. No, that's good. Dude, thank you so much for this. This has been a huge blessing, and just love getting to spend time talking to you. And before we wrap up today, before we wrap up, you can go to TravisCrim with 1M.com, right?
That's right.
TravisCrim.com.
Yeah, man.
CRIM. Yep. And Travis is actually doing a Christmas tour.
Oh, cool.
Comedy and worship. We're trying to get some more places here. I'd love to have him up here. And so we're looking for some churches that wanted to just bring them up. Him and who's the artist with you?
Yeah, it's called the tour is called Comedy and Carols, and it's myself and Noah Cleveland is the worship leader who's doing Christmas carols and a lot of fun ones, Jingle Bell stuff, and then some traditional worship carols. So it's a fun
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
That'll be good. So be looking
Be on the outlook. Be on the outlook for that.
Be looking on. Be looking on. Guys, be looking on that. I don't know how to use my hands.
Be on your Outlook spreadsheet, and it's in there.
So if I could talk, but before we go, we have a couple of questions for you. We call them the Fast Five.
Okay.
Much better than mine. I'm sorry.
We don't have a sound bite for that yet, but we'll go there. So Fast Five. We'll do this really quick. First thing, Travis. First thing, do you have anything else to share before we jump into the Fast Five?
Not really. I just freaking love you guys. I appreciate what you do. I appreciate what Known Legacy is about. You know, it's about equipping families and bringing married people together and just infusing life into families and husbands and wives. And man, it's been a joy to be a part of the ministry, a small part of the ministry. And I'm just praying for this thing to just blow up and, you know, us do more stuff together, man.
We're together. Excited. We've got some more date nights on the horizon, so
that'd be fantastic.
We'll keep on the lookout from there. So, okay, great. So, Fast Five coming up. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Okay, if you had to live in a decade, which would you choose and why?
1930s, late 20s, mid 30s, and here's why. I love the hairstyles.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the Peaky Blinders? No, that's not Peaky Blinders.
The Peaky Blinders are definitely
in that.
Season 4 is the big crash.
The Prohibition?
It's all there. It's all there, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, good. So that's kind of cool. Okay, your favorite Bible verse?
Psalm 137:4, cast all your anxiety on me because I care for you, because I'll be dealing with that stress, y'all.
That is true as true can be.
He went Southern on us. Well done.
He did. So third question. If you could be a character in a movie, who would it be?
Ooh, I like this one.
Come on. Is this even a question? Maximus Aurelius.
Oh, yeah. Gladiator! The Gladiator.
With William Wallace being a close second, but the only reason I don't chose him is because he went out by having his guts ripped out, and I'd rather go out by fighting some punk.
Exactly. And stabbing him and what we do in life echoes in eternity. Great line. All right, number 4. What toppings would you put on your worst enemy's pizza?
This is actually a pizza topping, but it has no business on a pizza. Anchovies.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you 100% on that one. Hey, I'd like a wet eyebrow on my pizza, please.
Yeah. I'd like something slimy that needs to die.
Just like when it slides down my throat to infect my body.
Stop.
Okay. And, if you had to pick one color your shirts could be forever, what would it be?
Blue. I'm wearing it right now.
Nice.
All right, I got a bonus one.
Go for it. Bonus question.
So fall is here, and so the question is this. Apple cider donut or any other donut?
Okay, listen, I know this may come across as borderline blasphemy. I've never had a cider donut.
Oh!
I've never in my life had a cider donut.
I need to change my name. I can't share his name anymore. I'm going to change it to Nick. Call me Nick from now on.
Nick. From I don't know, from Jamaica or something, because I don't know if there's, because I don't think that there's apple cider donuts in Jamaica, and I don't know if you're truly American if you haven't had an apple cider donut.
I've never had an apple cider.
Okay,
donut.
You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna find a way to mail you some apple cider donuts
as a thank you.
And you're gonna video, yes, as a thank you. But you're gonna have to video you enjoying an apple cider donut.
But when he mails them to you,
to do that.
He will include a 3-step process to get the most enjoyment out of your apple cider donut.
Yes, I will.
I'm
it's
down.
Incredible. Oh, it's amazing.
I'm so down.
Hey, Travis. Thank you so much for being on with us today. I really appreciate your insights and your wisdom and your joy and your humor, and it was life-giving. I appreciate it. I do want to give a shout-out to Kyle real quick. He's our producer, making sure all the video stuff
making
works.
It happen.
And to Brian Barry, who's the owner of the shop that we're at. It's a Smoking Lamp Cigar Lounge here in Allen, Texas, and appreciate him and his generosity to let us set up and use his Wi-Fi.
Yes, and hey, guys, check us out. Info at Known Legacy for questions, comments, or concerns. Info at knownlegacy.org. Check us out on Facebook, which you're probably, if you're watching this, you're already on Facebook, so you've already got the place.
And if you want our address to mail us fresh apple cider donuts, we're good with that too.
Info at knownlegacy.org. Yeah, feel free to mail us donuts to get the address. But also Instagram, Known Legacy. We'd love to keep up with you. So, hey, thanks for watching today, guys. Travis, thank you for being here. Travis, thank you for being here.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Bill.
Love you guys. Have a great day,
Much
everybody.
Love. You're the